So, Shannon, how capable do you think this year's team is to win road games?
I don't see anything different. Why is this team any different than the previous teams? Last time they won a road game against a team that made the playoffs was in 2018. Man, you don't skip. I was barely 50 years old.
Yep.
Now I'm 53. So that's how long it's been. 3 years since y'all won a road game against a team that made the playoffs in the same season.
You don't have to tell me.
Get what? He gonna be 54. I'll be 54 before y'all go to the playoffs. Skip, look. The Cowboys, every year, we hear, moral victory, and this is Stephen Jones was on the radio talking about this is a sign of things to come. Does he know y'all lost? Do I need to tell him? Stephen, you guys lost that game. So if this is a sign of things to come, I see more L's in your future.
By the way, the quote was from Stephen. You did get a taste of the type of brand of football that we're going to play this year. Go ahead.
Losing football.
Yep.
Because that's what happened. You lost.
Were you surprised at how well they played? Yes, you were.
Well, Skip, who cares
you
about that?
You admitted that the next day. Wow, I was surprised. I didn't see that coming.
In pro sports, there is nothing other than wins and losses.
They pushed the GOAT to a walk-off field goal.
Let that sink in for a second, what you say. You over there celebrating the loss.
Well,
you
I
lost,
am.
Skip Bayless. Skip, I still do not believe, I still don't trust their defense. I understand. Skip, they got 4 turnovers and still gave up 31 points. So what happens if you don't get those 4 turnovers?
Well, they got goated. That's what he does.
Skip, you do okay. They got Herbert. They got, Mac Jones. Mac Jones in week 6. They got more homeboy. Now, you just saw what AB did. So picture Tyreek. You saw what Gronk did. Now picture Travis Kelce. You saw what Brady did. He can't move. What about my homeboy and Arrowhead?
And you skipped over at New Orleans, and all of a sudden that doesn't look so winnable.
And Tyler Heineke. And Jalen Hurts. Make it hurt. Everybody hurt. Yeah, everybody's going to hurt. You in for it. I've been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time.
No, you've been living in this moment for like 3 years.
Justin Herbert just shredded a very good Washington defense.
He did.
I'm foreshadowing. I see 350 and about 3 touchdowns against y'all.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that coming out of the same mouth that uttered yesterday? You'll probably win that game. That's what you said about my Cowboys on yesterday's show. It's on tape. You'll probably win that game Sunday at Chargers, said Shannon Sharpe in the Hall of Fame.
And guess what? We got 2 more days before we make this pick on Friday. Might surprise you.
Really?
I'm going to get me another $100 off that guy.
Really?
Bet you that.
Huh. Well, you might pick his pocket, but you ain't picking mine. Okay, my turn. I will give you that Justin Herbert looked all world.
He did.
They converted 14 of 19 third downs on the road at Washington against at least a very good front 7. I'm not convinced about the back 4, but the front 7 is top of the list.
Yes.
And in that game, they put up 424 yards to Washington's 259. That meant that they ran 78 plays to Washington's 49 plays. You don't see that very often in the NFL. The possession was 36-24, but they just held on to the ball because they kept converting third downs.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of a sudden, we, as in my Dallas Cowboys, opened as a 2.5-point underdog at Chargers. Not all that bad if you're given 3 for home field, but it quickly got bet up to 3 where it now stands because of what Justin Herbert and the Chargers did at Washington.
Well, what about Dak? Didn't Dak do something good on the road?
He did something great on the road.
And then what happened?
Nobody saw that coming because I didn't, because he played not a snap of preseason football. And I'm going to go all the way to it was the greatest game Dak has ever played under the circumstances with no prep, coming off the double ankle surgery and the arm injury in training camp.
You do realize in all those big games that he's played, he's caught L's.
Okay, let's look at that, shall we?
Sure.
Dak Prescott on the road has lost his last 6 games, including that one Thursday night.
What?
That's not great. He makes $75 million this year, making him far and away, just this year, by far the highest paid quarterback, because second on that list is Tom Brady, 27.5. So it's 75. That's with the bonus. Everything, every penny he's going to make this year totals $75 million. Well, obviously, as you said before the season, you have to start living up to that. When there was no pressure or very little and zero expectations, when Dak was a raw rookie who got thrown into the fire out of the 4th round in Mississippi State in place of Tony Romo and his perpetually broken collarbones, all of a sudden, what did we see? Dak went 6-2 on the road as a rookie. And remember those huge wins at Aaron Rodgers? At Ben Roethlisberger? Remember those games?
Yeah, you were standing on the table,
Remember at Washington that year? That was the turnaround game where that was against Kirk Cousins, and you're saying, whoa, this kid can play. He can lead. He can play make.
Remember like yesterday? Unfortunately, that was 5 yesterday.
He came right back in 2017 and went 6-2 on the road. It became a lost year because Zeke got suspended.
What I got to do with that?
Okay, well, I'm just saying, in his first 2 seasons, with little to no expectation, he went 12-4 on the road.
Yeah.
That's all-time great, right? And since then, he is 6-13 on the road. Is that because his team decayed right before your very eyes? Yeah, some.
No, that's not what you told me. You told me Zeke is still Zeke, and you expect him bounce-back season?
This year I do.
That offense is... Hold on.
But is it possible as Zeke went south, he went south, the whole team went south, the ability to win road games went south? Is that possible?
No, what about Tyson?
Because I'm going to remind you what happened on Thursday night. What was the ratio of pass to run? It was 58 passes to 18 runs. And we're going to talk about this in depth a little later in the show, so buckle up for that. But there were 28 runs called, said Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. I called 28 runs. 28? Dak checked out of 12 and threw the football. Okay, so Dak says, I want the ball, put it in my hands. I'm going to take it out of my best friend's hands, and I'm going to throw the hell out of it. And he almost got them home. But can you get them home in another big road game? Because they're going to loom larger and larger. And this one is obviously way more winnable than the one last Thursday night was.
Still, but I think you'll agree with me. They've invested heavily on the offensive side of the football. Most of their money with Dak, Amari, Zeke, Zach, Lyle Collins, Tyron Smith, a lot of the lion's share of their money is invested on that side. So you expect that side of the ball to carry the lion's share of the load. And they're going to have to. I'm still not convinced in your defense. You might be, but I am not.
Okay, so what are we up against? What are the handicaps going forward? Well, obviously, Lyle Collins got suspended for 5 games. That's the right side protector, right? And he was sensational. I didn't expect him to get suspended for 5 games.
But you expect something to go wrong with the Cowboys, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, so they're past that now.
Well, again, we have won 5 championships in our lifetime.
But there you go. Okay? You going way back.
We are still America's team.
For real.
So are you saying it's cursed? Are you saying that what can go wrong always goes wrong with the Cowboys? Because it doesn't always go wrong. I've been a fan since I was 10 years old, and I have celebrated a whole lot in my life.
Let me ask you, how much celebrating you done in the last 25 years?
Well, a lot.
You know, think about how things have changed.
2014, 2016, 2018, I celebrate.
Think about all the good things that's happened in your life. Your brother's won the James Beard Award. He won it twice, right?
Yeah.
You got married to lovely Ernestine. I mean, so those are 2 celebratory occasions. Okay.
There are some nights I'm not sure that's the greatest thing I ever did, but I love you, Ernestine.
But let me ask you a question. How many times have you celebrated in the last 25 years something your Cowboy did? Because you tell me championship. It's all about championship. You love Tom Brady, you love Michael Jordan because they win.
With my Cowboys, it's all about division championships. 14, 16, 18, raise the banners.
Really, Skip?
Raise the banners.
Really?
Yep.
That's what you lowered it to.
Okay, so what are we up against? All of a sudden, there's no Lyle Collins, and it's Terrence Steele, undrafted free agent who actually started 14 games, unfortunately, as a rookie last year, and he is thrust into the breach once again, right before your very eyes. He's got to protect the eye side of Dak Prescott. Zach Martin, fortunately, is back at right guard. He's a Hall of Famer. But Randy Gregory is very iffy as the bookend pass rusher that I think made DeMarcus Lawrence's life a lot easier at Tampa Bay. I think he rose and shone because Randy Gregory was raising hell on the other side and was attracting some double attention over there. So the point is, I don't know if he'll make it back. He's got to pass 2 tests.
Right.
He is vaccinated, but he is on the list.
But that rookie tracker looked real good. That one from Northwestern, Rashawn.
He did.
Yeah, he looked good. Did you see him against Chase Young?
He just shut him out.
Okay.
Because I watched a good bit of that, and I don't even remember Chase Young playing.
Neither do I.
Okay, so that was highly impressive. I will give you that. And finally, Michael Gallup, the third of my tremendous trio of receivers, is gone for God knows how long on IR with a pulled or ripped calf muscle, right? So these are big losses potentially going forward, which heaps more pressure on my quarterback. Well, I'm looking at, okay, so what have we seen from him? Well, last year we saw him lose at the Rams, but he played very well. And they got a bad call. They got the offensive push-off on Michael Gallup, remember? So they opened up, but they lost at the Rams. I give you, that was an L, and I'm not even going to take a moral victory in that one.
Okay.
And then they went to Seattle, and they lost. And Jerry Jones is the next day ripping Dak Prescott, saying, because there's a last-second throw to tie the game into the end zone. It got picked. And he said, well, Patrick Mahomes makes that kind of play where you wheel out of the pocket and scramble mode, and then you find somebody. And
then he tagged even Romo.
Romo makes those plays. Okay? Dak, you got called out. So here we go. And then we go back to the hard to remember 2019 season. And what did we see again and again and again? Well, the last 3 games on the road were at New England. They lose 13-9, and Dak was not very good. I know it was foul weather, but then at Chicago, I know he threw for 1,000 yards in the fourth quarter, but he wasn't very good. And they lost to a team they should have beaten.
No, they didn't.
Huh? Come
they
on.
They should have beat the Bears.
Oh,
no.
Come on. You got to give me. And then at Philly for all the marbles, the division marbles, they lose 17-9. And Dak was banged up, had a shoulder injury, but he stunk it up that day. I told you after the game, he stunk it up. He missed Tavon Austin with a deep throw late that could have maybe given them a chance to go for 2 and tie. Right?
And you didn't even mention the Saints.
Okay, well, that was early. He one big game he won on the road was Week 11 at Detroit. And guess who the quarterback was? Jeff Driscoll. That's who he beat at Detroit. I'm not going to get real excited about that.
That was a big game.
Then we keep going backwards that year. Week 9, he went at the Giants against Daniel Jones as a rookie.
Really?
Well, that's hard for me to get real excited
Skip.
about that.
We know, Skip. No. See, I see what you're doing.
Okay, well, just keep going backwards that year. Week 6, they lost. It's your favorite game ever, the 24-22 loss at Jets. You're up at Mile High, screaming your guts out. You came in without a voice the next day.
I want you to tell me the last time they won the game on the road against a playoff team.
Okay, well, I'm getting there. Then we go backward to Week 4 of 2019. Dak he's pretty pathetic. On the road, they lost 12-10 to Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater? Really? Okay. And he did win that year early in the year at Washington. The rival quarterback was Case Keenum, right? So I can't make a case that even when he wins against Jeff Driscoll and Case Keenum, it's just been a long, hard drought on the road.
The mere fact that you talking about your quarterback has got to come through against Jeff Driscoll and Case Keenum.
No, well, I'm saying those are his big dubs on the road, right?
Wow.
Okay, so it's time to earn $75 million. He lived up on Thursday night.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He lived up.
So let me ask you a question. If he throws for 400 yards every game and you guys lose every game, that's living up.
Okay, but that's the team I picked to win it all. That's the quarterback I picked to win the MVP. That is by far the greatest football player in the history of your sport. Okay? That is a moral victory.
No. All that being said, it's still okay for you to beat that team. Even though Tom Brady is playing, even though you picked them, it's still okay for the Cowboys to win.
It's a springboard. It's a measuring stick where you say, hey, we're better than we thought. Springboard across the country all the way to SoFi, which happens to be the site of the upcoming Super Bowl, and let's see what you're made of now. You should be able to take the confidence that you won at Tampa, that you won some confidence. You didn't win the game, but you won some respect and
from who?
Some credibility from the world.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No.
All but you. When you came in the next day, you were impressed.
Skip. It's like these cartoons, the springboard when you're diving into an empty pool.
Okay. Well, again, maybe they'll just face plant on cement.
So you know what's going to happen.
Okay. I don't know what's going to happen because the more I look at this, I just like how this team is. I just like what it's made of.
You like that, and you like them every year because of what they made of.
Some new character that I saw. And I did love the way Dak competed in that game. So I think I got a shot. And I'm leaning toward picking them to win this game.
We both got shots. We got them early on. Skip Bayless. The only thing that you like about the Cowboys are the uniforms. That's what you like about them.
I do love those uniforms.
But you know,
when I saw them on Thursday night, that just did me, it did my heart good.
He need to take that scarf and put an L.
You think so?
Because that's what y'all do a lot of.
Yeah.
Y'all don't shine bright. Stars shine bright. You could always see them. Put that L side there, baby.
Okay. Dak Prescott, you have been called out by the Hall of Famer across from
you. Called him out.
Tom Brady has been called out by that Hall of Famer and made him eat it again and again and again. Dak, it's time to make him eat it, as in fried crow.
Skip. You just called him out. You said in his first this many playoff game for a road game, he was this and this.
12-4.
In his last
6-13.
Oh, you called him out. You said, "Come on, Dak, you got to beat Teddy Bridgewater."
I'm just spitting facts. It's time to live up. It's time to break through. It's time to show that you're Dak Prescott.
So you calling him out?
He played like a top 5 quarterback, and I told you in MVP odds, he's the 5th on the list. That's top 5.
Who number 1?
Well,
who number 1?
Okay, I'll take Brady.
We already got that bet.
Do we? I don't know. We have.
You gave me the field.
I didn't give you the field. You
ain't got no confidence to go.
The only bets you win are fabrications.
I'm just trying to figure out why you got the GOAT and you won't give me the field. That's the GOAT, the greatest player to ever live.
44 years old.
So
he's 44 years old. Retired in 5 straight years.
Is he not the GOAT?
Well, you tell me.
I'm asking you. Is he the GOAT?
No, I'm asking you. You're the Hall of Famer. I
want the field. Give me the field.
The field?
Yes.
Well, let's just go head to head. Let's do it like I told you, the LeBron Brady bet. I'll do the same bet with Mahomes. Well, I'll do 5 cases if Mahomes wins it and 5 cases if Brady wins it. And I'm giving you a huge break on that because Brady's like 8th on the list.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. That's nice.
I deserve the odds.
You don't deserve no odds.
You don't want to mess with him. There's one man in sports you do not bet against.
I'm loading up.
How many cases has he cost you?
I'm saving up all my cases.
Yeah.
Kansas City Cowboys.
Kansas City Cowboys? Oh, that's big of you.
The Chiefs used to be the Texas Cowboys.
By the way, I do look down the Cowboys schedule, and only 2 teams remain on the schedule who made the playoffs last year, and that's Kansas City and the Saints. Those are the only 2 left on the schedule. So, here we go.
And guess what? You look down there. Guess who won't make the playoff this year?
Who?
That team with the star. That team.
Well, you understand, when you win the division, you automatically get a playoff berth and you get a home game. So we got a home game. It's a done deal.
I got the field in that division.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Let's see how they do against the
You'll be eating at your own restaurant.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.